Welcome to Gaston Spotlight. I'm your host, Ashley Para, and with me in the studio today are Reagan Brown and Jay Taylor from WSGE. They're here to talk about the station's unique approach to music programming, its commitment to serving the community, and the unique role WSGE plays in supporting and training our audio and video technology students. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, Ashley.
So, to start us off, what would you say is the most important thing about the station? Like, what makes WSGE so important to the community, and why is WSGE's programming so important to your overall mission?
Well, WSGE is a nonprofit, non-commercial radio station, and we really are run by more volunteers than anything else. We have a very small staff at WSGE, and our main mission is to inform, entertain, and educate. And we do that through a number of resources. Number one, we have a huge volunteer staff, as I was mentioning earlier. We have NPR News programming, and we have block programming where we play different types of music for different day parts.
How would you say, what genres make it on to WSGE regularly, and why do you choose those genres?
Well, we choose, first of all, one is AAA, Adult Album Alternative. And that's kind of the core of our programming through the week. We also have blues programming. On the weekends, we have Beach and Shag. We have a huge audience for Beach and Shag. We have soul music, and on Sunday mornings, we have gospel. And we have various volunteer DJs and staff who specialize in a lot of these genres. And it's interesting because we have a music committee that ultimately decides what's played on WSGE.
Now, to build off of that, what makes your station's approach to music unique, and how do you compare yourself to other radio stations?
Really, that is what makes us unique. Block programming, because you don't have very many stations that do that because it's not profitable. But again, we're not in it for the profit, we're in it for the community. And so really, with WSGE, we feel that we meet that need on a daily basis with variety and a lot of information about our community and the world.
And I would say we feature so many independent artists that might not get airplay on other stations because we are a non-commercial station. We can do that.
So how does the station choose which community insights to highlight through public affairs programming?
We have a program on Sunday mornings that airs at 11 a.m. Called Consider This, where we speak with various community leaders and those who are involved with nonprofit community organizations. And we also read public service announcements on the air. We have a form at our website, wsge.org, where you can submit information about an event that a nonprofit organization has coming up, and we talk about that on the air as well.
Now I'm going to switch things over to you, Reagan, for this next one. Can you maybe share an example of a public affairs project or a PSA that you did on WSGE that you felt really made an impact?
We have so many PSAs and public affairs projects throughout the year, but we actually have one coming up right now. We're supporting Gaston College and their Stuff a Bus Toys for Tots drive that they are running throughout the beginning of December. And so WSGE welcomed the head of Toys for Tots here locally in Gastonia, and she did an interview explaining the organization and what their mission is and how it benefits our local community here. So our listeners can enjoy that on Sunday at 11 a.m. And then we'll also be a drop-off point for the community who wants to support this drive.
Now, also building off of that, your listeners, they obviously, of course, because this is a local radio station, your listeners are very important to keeping the station running. Why would you say that is so important?
Yeah, we're non-commercial, so we build our programming without consideration of commercial interest, but we're only allowed to do that because of listener support. So public radio is very different. You don't have to listen to commercials throughout your experience when you're tuned in, but the reason that is because our support comes from others. The revenue is from donations from our community, and if the listeners don't enjoy what they are hearing, then they're very likely not to support, so we feel like we do a pretty good job.
And this is more for both of you, just for the radio station as a whole. Do you have any future goals or projects that you would really like to see the radio station do?
We are always looking for ways that we can compete with upgrading technology. Right now, we're just finished developing a streaming app that we're going to invite listeners to download. It should make it a little bit easier to access our broadcast. We're also doing events in the community, which is very exciting, kind of a new activity that we're doing to better serve our audience and our community. And we're just looking for ways to give listeners better access to the music, to the artist, especially here locally, so that they can learn about the creative process, get the backstory on the music, and feel like they're really a part of it.
And how would you say, because Gaston College also, you guys collaborate a lot with our audio and video production students, including myself. I was an intern there for you guys over the summer. How do you guys collaborate with audio and video production students usually? And what skills do you think they gain?
Well, we loved having you in the studio this summer. In the station this summer. It was a lot of fun, and you were very helpful. And I think radio can teach a lot of skills to anyone who's interested in being involved. Of course, communication skills are a big one, but specifically for our audio and video technology students, you can come into a professional radio setting, get experience with the production work, meet the artist, work with the volunteers, which gives you a little bit of nonprofit exposure as well. And we really try to make you a part of our team when you're with us during that time. And honestly, I think more than ever right now, it's essential. We had our intern this morning step in and said, "What do you need me to do?" And I had a list, because yesterday we were talking about all the things that we need and we can't get to. So it's really helpful for both parties.
And why would you say that student help is so important to the radio station?
Well, I think we are a part of Gaston College, so we're always looking for ways that we can serve our campus community here. And of course, partnering with broadcasting through journalism opportunities, production opportunities, internship, it's very important to our mission. Also, I would hope that students and young people would enjoy coming into the radio station. It's kind of an old school art form, but it's very important and it's a lot of fun. And I think maybe if students haven't listened to the radio station in a while, once they come and hang out with us, they understand how much fun it is. Social media and the bulk of how we are digesting information these days is very different. It's not regulated, and when you come to the radio station, you get to see a little bit more professional, well thought out approach to the creative process.
Now, before we wrap up for today, this last question is for you, Jay, because you were a student here in the audio and video production program. What would you say has changed since you were a student here?
Well, I started the broadcast program here at Gaston College in 1989, and at that point, Chatty Hattie Leeper, who was just inducted into the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame, was head of the program along with Ben Hicks. And the technology then obviously was not digital. No such thing existed in 1989. And the equipment was totally different. You had reel-to-reel machines where you would cut and splice if you needed to edit anything. Not like the digital technology we have today, which makes it so much easier. And the television aspect had just begun, so there really wasn't a lot going on. It was still totally focused on the radio station and WSGE, as both were integrated at that time. So yeah, a lot has changed through the years, that's for sure. It's been interesting to watch.
Well, that is all the time that we have for today. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks for having us again.
Thank you
Ashley.
for the work you do.
And if you'd like to see more of what we do here in the broadcasting program, you can follow us on Instagram at Gaston Broadcast. And if you would like to listen to more of WSGE's programming, go to their website at wsge.org. I'm your host, Ashley Para, and this has been Gaston Spotlight.